Well, today me and my husband decided to take a trip to the south side of the city and go to a couple of the antique malls just for something to do. Lazy Sunday afternoon, and why not? And wow, I found some really cool surprises I'd like to share. There's a couple of antique malls here in Edmonton, and they're both fairly close to one another. Unfortunately, they're on the opposite side of the city from where I live. But they're unique. This old Strathcona Antique Mall was the second one we went to, and here's the first one we went to. So they're within about, I would say, about 8, 10 blocks of one another. So this is the first mall that we went to, and I'm just kind of gonna pan around the mall and kind of show you a little bit. So each one of these booths are actually individually owned or stocked by different antique dealers. So some of the booths are larger than others, and they've just got, a little bit of everything. So those Mickey Mouse or little mouse cars are pretty cool. So not a lot in the way of miniatures at this particular booth, that's for sure. So here in Canada, it's really, really difficult to find antique or vintage miniatures. So I want you guys to stay till the very end of this video because I will share with you the mind-blowing amount of really super cool miniature stuff that I did actually end up finding today while I was shopping. So, which is really unusual because usually I never find anything. So you can see here, I'm just kind of panning through just to kind of give you an idea of what a Western Canada antique store has to offer. So a lot of the items that here especially in Alberta, a lot of the items that they have in antique stores are actually what one would more determine as vintage. So to me, antique means if it's 100 years old or more, whereas vintage is, can be anything in between that. So yeah, so that, I mean, there's an odd mixture of stuff at these malls. So pretty much anything you're looking to find, I'm sure you'd be able to find it here. It is a really, really super big antique store. So, and it takes quite a long time. I think we shop for a couple of hours. So this little boom box is kind of neat. Not sure exactly what they're trying to achieve there, but it is kind of cool. See how it's all lit up? Yeah, pretty neat. And the wrought iron fencing, and of course hockey skates, and lots of beautiful vintage frames and pictures. So, and there's a odd assortment of vintage and antique furniture at this place as well. Trying to keep my eyes open for a reasonably priced curio cabinet, but alas, there wasn't one available, at least not in my price range. So you can see here how they've got it so set up beautiful. Whereas some booths are just so crowded with junk, it's like really, really difficult to, even see anything. So, and you can see like the cases are just loaded with you name it. So just kind of an odd mixture of stuff. See, there's a fire truck there on the right and a flute on the left and a headless mannequin. Mannequins always creep me out. So yeah, so there's just quite a bit of dishes, quite a bit of dishes. But this is the kind of items that these malls often have to offer. Quite a few vintage books. So I did not film my entire shopping trip because otherwise this would have been a couple of hours, this video. But Yeah, it's kind of nice just to kind of walk through a place like this and just peruse. This is my kind of shopping for sure. There's a place in the United States, I'm not sure where it is. I think it might be Michigan, where everybody gets together and does like I don't know, like a 100-mile long antique market where people are just on the sides of the road, and it goes on for like I think 100 miles. That would be really cool to go to a place like that, and just have just an abundance of things to look at. Wow. So you can see that beautiful bowl and pitcher and all kinds of items. Like they have every kind of knick-knack and bric-a-brac that you can possibly think of. This particular antique mall didn't have a lot of toys, and as you can see, a lot of this stuff is quite modern. So, but it's still interesting to look at. Yeah, you can see little animals and Tupperware toys, and yeah, just a little bit of everything. Look at those beautiful beaded moccasins. Aren't they beautiful? Just absolutely gorgeous. Too small for me though. And yeah, I particularly like the way this booth is set up. He's kind of got nice lighting in here, and some of the stuff is kind of interesting. Aw, that's really cool. Absolutely gorgeous. There's like so much in the way of bric-a-brac. I guess that's what I'd call it. Like so many Royal Dalton figurines. And it's funny because back in the day, Royal Dalton figurines, you know, they were $400 or $500, and now they can barely sell them like for $40. It's just craziness. So yeah, but I mean, it's still fun to come and just take a peek through all this stuff. There's just so much to look at, though. It's like pretty overwhelming. Check out that vintage hat. I would buy that if it was in miniature. So, yeah, just a little bit of this and that. So, I love that old bureau. That's really beautiful. And look, tons and tons and tons of Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels are pretty popular, that's for sure. And I did find this little table here. It has 4 matching chairs to go with it. So you can see the chairs. They are made out of tin, but they're definitely modern. I mean, they can't be more than 10 years old at the very most. And they had them marked at some outrageous price, like $79. Yeah, and they're an oddball scale. They're definitely too small for Barbie, but definitely way too big to be 1/12. And some Lamage porcelain and some Wade red rose tea whimsies, which were in almost every booth here. They always range in price between $2 and $5 each. Oh, and some little furniture that's made out of cans. And then I did find this rocking chair. So it says made in Hong Kong. And it looks very, very much like the Mattel Littles furniture. And it is definitely my scale, and it's overpriced. It's $16.95. But you know what? If I don't buy it, I will be upset with myself. So, yes, it's coming home with me. And then I found a bin of miniatures. So, yep, I'm on the floor digging through miniatures. So, lots of bottles that are probably Barbie scale. And they're all about $1 each. Nothing in this bin was more than between $1 and $2.95. So there was quite a lot of stuff to pick. I did get a few items from this bin, but this bin is not where I found the treasures of the day. The treasures of the day actually came from the second antique mall that we visited. So this I'm turning over and over and over and can't quite figure out how it works. It's supposed to be a picture, but yeah, doesn't make any sense to me. And yeah, I got some, what's this? Some salt or sugar bag, and a giant banana for Barbie, and yeah, there's just a little bit of this and that. Check out that 2 liter bottle of pop, definitely Barbie scale. And yeah, just a little bit of this and that. So this one here, ooh, I like it. It's candles and matches in a little box. Mine. Just saying, it's $1. It's coming home with me. I really like that. I think that's kind of neat. They look like real matches, so maybe a bit of a fire hazard, but oh well, I like it. And a bag of salt. Who would buy salt by a big giant bag like that? Oh well, kind of different. So these, I really need to bring these home with me. So they are $2.95, these wooden boxes, but they open up. They're excellent to be able to paint on. And I did see them at the miniature show and sale and passed them over and then kind of regretted not buying them. So I will take those home with me. And again, some more wooden canisters and some little wooden utensils that would be more 1/12 scale, and lots of little pots and pans, and a hoe and a rake, 1/12 scale. Not bad for $2. They look like they're really super well made. And what else do we have here? And this is a bag of flour, and again, a little wooden bucket for $1. That's in pretty good shape. So all of this stuff is actually really quite great. So here's some gardening tools, and they're $1 for all of these tools. See the little hammer, but again, it's 1/12 scale, so too big for me. And more bottles, and a pump. That's kind of neat. And my friend Pat would be over the moon to see this. I believe she already owns it. So that's, I believe, a Marx Brothers tin doll, well, tin, I was going to say dollhouse, but it's not. It's a barn. And it's got all of the fencing and all of the animals, everything intact in really absolutely mint condition for $40. I think that is a really good buy. It's in really fabulous condition, and look, it's even got the little table inside of it. And yeah, check out this hockey game. Too bad the hockey players seem to be missing. So that's an Eagle brand hockey game, and that would be probably from the early 1950s. And Teenage Head, that is one of the big bands from Hamilton, Ontario, which is where my husband is from. And we absolutely love this band. Really popular back in the 1980s, and wow, so cool. So now we're heading down the road about 8 blocks to the other antique mall, and you can see it started to snow. By tonight, we've got an extra 6 inches of snow on the ground. So good thing that we did this trip today, because you wouldn't be doing it tomorrow. So this Old Strathcona Antique Mall is the largest antique mall in all of Western Canada. So it's 2 stories, and you can see here I'm standing at the front door, and I'm just kind of panning from left to right so you can kind of get an idea of the size of this place. And here's some antique dolls for all you doll lovers. I figured I'd take a little close up. And I did find a dollhouse. So this dollhouse is obviously modern, but it's really nicely put together. So whoever built this dollhouse really did do a nice job of it. And the colors are quite pleasant on it. I think that it was really well built. So I'm just going to take you around to see the inside of the house. See the lovely job they did of the floor and the wallpapers. Like, that's really well put together, just absolutely beautiful. So, not my style of a dollhouse, but definitely a well built dollhouse. Unfortunately, there wasn't a price on it. And I thought of you, Deb, from Doll's House Dilemma, when I seen these two pictures. Definitely they would work in a 1/12 scale dollhouse. And oh, I wished I had more money. If I did, some of these tintype photos would have come home with me. I just absolutely love tintype photographs. And they all range in price from $40 to $100. And here's a 1940s Rich Toys dollhouse. And you can see the inside. It's missing the top wall. This dollhouse is made out of like a press board. So it's not cardboard and it's not tintype, but it's a press board lithograph, but still in just really excellent condition. So from the 1940s, it looks like they're asking $90 for this dollhouse, which is really quite reasonable. We're at home now, and I'm opening my stuff from the first antique ball. So these are the little treasures that I got out of that miniature bin, and I'll share with you which ones I purchased. So yes, I did buy this little chair. I couldn't leave it behind. I just really liked it. I would say it's probably from the 1980s. It's really in good shape. It says made in Hong Kong on the bottom of it. And yeah, I don't know if you can read that, but it says made in Hong Kong. And I really like this piece, and I'm really, really glad that I paid $17 for it. No, I'm not. I wished it was half that price, but anyways. And then here's the, for $1, the matches and candles in that little box. And I think that that is really cool. I really like that. I don't know if it's such a smart idea, though, to put matches that look like real matches inside of a dollhouse. And then I like this little bird bath, so it came home with me. Although I'm going to take it out of the bag and show it to you. Look at the water. It looks like these poor little cardinals have to drink rusty water. So I'm thinking that I should change the color of that because it's kind of gross looking. But I do like the bird bath itself. I think it's kind of cool. And what else did I get here? So yeah, I paid $1.75 for that bird bath. And what else did I get here? I also got this little pumpkin for 50 cents. And it's made out of resin. And look, it comes with its own little rats. I just think that's so neat. So that's definitely a Halloween item that's going to have to go out on the doorstep of one of my doll houses come Halloween. I think it's cute. And 50 cents, not a bad buy. And then I did buy those boxes I did mention earlier. So I did pay $2.95 for them. But I'm really pleased to have them because I can paint and decorate them and turn them into almost anything. And I think they're definitely a good buy for that price. And then for $1.25, I bought a little pair of scissors, a little egg flipper, a little flour tool to pick up flour, and then it's also got a fork inside of the bag. So yeah, I think that was a really good deal as well. And I did buy a big bag of sugar for $1. I thought that was a good deal. And what else do I have here? Now I'm at the second antique store. So this is where the real treasures come in. So I cannot believe that I found these items. Like, I am so over the moon and happy. Yep, it's Tootsie Toy, you guys. I just love Tootsie Toy. I just think it is just the best thing since sliced bread. This stuff really makes me happy. I've got a fairly extensive collection of it, and I mean, I don't think anybody can have too much Tootsie Toy in their life. And it is so hard to find. Like, it's really difficult to find. So I paid $16 for this table and chairs, and it's got the name of the original owner and who they bought it from in 1989. So 1989 is definitely not the year it was made, but that's the year they purchased it from the lady whose name is on the bottom. And I'm going to leave that on there because I think that's part of the history of it. And yes, a 1/16th scale doll toy. Like, this is like craziness. Can you believe I found this? Like, here in my own city? Like, this is like, just does not happen. So I was like, what? I was just over the moon when I found this booth. And yeah, I bought everything she had. So, yeah, it would have been nice. If she had more, I would have bought more. I mean, I was just absolutely thrilled. And more doll toy. Look at that little doll toy chair. Oh, so adorable. So I got a set of four of these little white chairs and the matching table. And I am just absolutely thrilled with them. Just thrilled. So yeah, this is something that just doesn't happen here. So, I mean, wow, so crazy that I was able to find these items. And then glued to the top of this table is this little piece of tablecloth, which is actually plastic. And it is missing the front drawer, unfortunately, but that's okay. That can be replaced. I don't think it would be that hard to replace it. So, yeah, I'm really, really, really super happy to have this. And that set was $8, which is super reasonable. So, I'm really glad to have that. And a high chair, a 1/16 scale high chair doll toy as well. And isn't that so sweet? I just love it. And I don't really think it's very common to find them actually wood stain. Usually they're in pink, blue, or yellow, is what I always see. So, yes, I am thrilled to have that. And a doll toy bathtub. So, I already own a toilet, and I didn't have a bathtub or a sink. So, now I have a full set. However, my toilet is green, but that's okay. I'm not upset. I'm really really happy. And then this little doll says USCER, made in 1947, a 2.5-inch Johnny. So Johnny's the name of the doll, but I wonder if USCER is actually the manufacturer. So this little guy is made out of porcelain. He obviously needs to be restrung, but look at how beautiful he is. Like, look at the expression on his face. He's got such big, wide, expressive eyes, almost like a Cupid doll. And look at his little booties. Oh, I just think this doll is just absolutely precious. I did pay $12 for him, but I'm thrilled to have him. I think he is just so cute. And yeah, I believe that he would be 1947. He looks about that age. So yeah, he's really cute and really poorly strung together. You can see his legs are bending all in unusual ways. So yeah, so these are my little buys, but I'm not done yet. I found more. Like, it was like Christmas today. It was just craziness. So, so I'm just opening another package, and yes, more doll toy. So I got the little doll toy refrigerator, which I did not previously own. And yeah, that's really cool. That's really super cool. So she paid $1.20 for it, and she bought it in Vancouver, BC in 1970. but it is from England. So it's funny that it's got all the notes from the original owner. And a doll toy wardrobe. I've got it upside down. There you go. And it comes with a little extra piece of fabric. And then it's got a couple of coat hangers inside of it. And look at it, it's even got a little mirror on the inside of the door. And here's a little piece of fabric, I think. And here's some more. So here's the matching doll toy bed that goes with the wardrobe. And yeah, the fabric that was put on this bed, the matching fabric, was in the top of the wardrobe. And yes, it does have the doll toy marking on it. And more Tootsie Toy. Can you believe it? Aw. So I got two little beds. And I actually already own a bed that looks like this, but I believe mine is blue. So now I have two pink ones. And yeah, whoever made that mattress made it just out of cardboard. And you can see it's clearly marked with Tootsie Toy on the bottom. So, aw. So here you go. Here's my purchases for today. I think I made out like a bandit. I'm actually over the moon. I'm so happy. So I've got these two little Tootsie Toy beds and the doll toy bed and matching wardrobe. And then the Tootsie Toy table and chairs, as well as the doll toy table and chairs and the high chair and the beautiful little refrigerator and the doll toy bathroom. And that cute little baby. And of course, my little rocking chair. Just putting the little dolly in the rocking chair. Yes, I know he's not my scale, but I don't care. I think he's so cute. It's those big expressive eyes. Isn't he just darling? Absolutely. So sweet. Yeah, I'm really, really, really super pleased. Like, this is just so unusual to find this anywhere. So I just want to show you the difference. So we know that Tootsie Toy is true 1/24 scale. Now, can you see how the doll toy is 1/16 scale? How much bigger it is? If you put them side by side, you can really, really see the difference. Now, I do quite often mix those scales together. Oh, I put a piece of pottery on my doll toy furniture. That's a piece of pottery that I made just to kind of, I don't know, show you it matches. And then another little piece of pottery that I've made. So today was just such a good day. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me for this shopping trip. If you enjoyed today's video and would like to help support my channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee. Just go to www.buymeacoffee.com/Lisa Dobo. I'd like to thank everyone that has helped to support my channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. It's appreciated more than you know. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. It's free to do so, and it really does help me out. And thanks again for watching today and coming along for my shopping trip. What an unusual shopping trip, I have to tell you. This kind of stuff just doesn't happen here. So I was really, really super lucky. I had a great day, and I hope you guys all have the best day ever. Thanks again.